Back with Karen Hunter. Karen, how are you?
It is good to be back, and it's almost Friday.
I know. I
How
mean,
are you
it's so
doing?
late. What a day we've had. I feel like we're doing a ton of software demos. We had a couple of other meetings today as part of what we're
Mhm.
doing at H3 HR and some of the stuff we're doing for HR Tech. Like we, I'm sure you're sick of me at this point today, so it's almost over. Though, yeah, just a couple things I wanted to mention, sort of the worky part. We have been talking about WorkHuman and the Mood Tracker product on the HR Happy Hour podcast for a couple of months now because WorkHuman's a sponsor of our show, of our podcast. But
Mhm.
we actually took a formal demo of Mood Tracker today, right, as part of the top HR products process. And man, that was cool. I was glad really we could see the full kind of fullness of the product and the capability and what it could do and also like sort of the behind the scenes, what kind of information it makes available to organizations who might adopt it.
I love seeing the behind the scenes. It was something that we've played with at H3. So, you've taken some surveys, I've taken some
Yeah,
surveys, and but we're just really small, so we don't get to see a lot of the
right.
backside of that, as the large corporations can. But wow, I mean, to be a free product, to be just the capabilities that they have, it's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, the way you can sort of look at employee engagement, you look at resilience, you look at diversity,
Hmm.
inclusion, lots of great features there. And also their
Hmm.
commitment. And Eric Mosley talked about this on the podcast that we did with him, Trish and I, a couple of
Hmm.
days ago. But the commitment they have to development, to the roadmap, and to keeping this product free forever, which I've heard now 17 times from them, so I know it's true. Like it's a free thing and it's intended to be free forever. And honestly, they were building it before pandemic, so it's not even just a response to
Hmm.
pandemic. But so yeah, thanks to them for the time today, and I do encourage folks to check that out. One other thing I wanted to mention from honestly, I didn't intend this, Karen, but our other HR Happy Hour sponsor, our friends at Paychex, our friend Tracy Volkman sent us an update today, and she's awesome. And I know she listens to the show, so I hope she hears her name said out loud on the show because Tracy is awesome. She's like one of my
She
favorite.
is.
She's absolutely one of my favorite people in the whole HR HCM space. She shared with us
Hmm.
some updates today, and the one thing I wanted to pull out, Paychex is helping, of course, their customers navigate through all these difficult times, right? And one of the
Right.
things that they did a couple of months ago when the Paycheck Protection Program was first announced, they set up all kinds of information and resources and reports and automated reports to help their customers effectively apply for these PPP loans. And she sent us some news today. I couldn't believe this. They helped their customers receive $28 billion in PPP loans, which when I saw that number, I couldn't believe it. Blew me away. I know they have a lot of customers, but still $28 billion in PPP
Hmm.
loans that Paychex helped their customers obtain. So just kudos to
How
them.
amazing is that? I mean,
Yeah.
they're so hard to get a hold of. So to have that help, I mean, Paychex has been amazing in that.
Yeah, and we heard horror stories, right, about how difficult it was
Absolutely.
for small businesses to navigate that process and the application
Hmm.
process and get approved and long wait times, et cetera. So they did an awesome job at that. And now they're helping their customers with the forgiveness part of it, right? So part
Yes.
one was get the loan, right? And part two
Hmm.
is have the loan forgiven, right? Because you used it to pay your
Yeah.
employees and there's some other approved expenses, I think, as well. But so great job by them, and I wanted to shout them out, and also shout out our friend Tracy specifically because
That's
she's so
right.
awesome.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah. So, all right, we worked enough today, Karen. I feel like that's all we did today.
No more work.
I guess that's a normal day, right? So this has been a long week. I know we did the show on Monday together,
We did. Okay. And I have to
and it was
say,
like it was an awful start to the week. So how's it gone since then for you?
I think it's been more of the same, but one of the highlights is I watched the work break that you did with Trish, and
Okay.
you kind of gave me a heads up. You're like, the last couple minutes was just a
Yes.
little
I should listen to
different.
the end. Yep.
Oh my goodness, you guys had me rolling. But kind of alongside of that, I found something that came out today
Okay.
about hand sanitizer. So you guys were talking about, all of these horrible side effects and things that can happen,
Sure.
right? Well, we're all living right now with hand sanitizer. You take it everywhere. I mean, at least I do, my family,
Yeah.
because you can't always be washing your hands for 20 seconds and singing happy birthday. So you've got your little trusty little hand sanitizer with you. Well, now I've read it says the FDA has now expanded their list to 75 different hand sanitizers being sold at Costco and Walmart
Okay.
that are recalled because of toxic levels of wood alcohol,
Wood
which,
alcohol. Okay.
when absorbed into your body, causes blindness and death.
Wow.
So,
So that's an awful side effect. That is, wow.
so do we risk COVID? Do we risk blindness and death? Like,
I'll take my chances with like COVID, I think. Blindness and death sound rough. Wow. I saw one headline on that. I didn't dig into it all. I was able to get a bunch of hand sanitizer in the early days of pandemic, kind of pre-lockdown, and I've had enough of a household supply to get me through. So I haven't bought any in a while. Even if you can, I don't even know. But wow.
Well, luckily mine is not from there. Most of mine are from Hallie's stash. She loved to collect the little ones that the girls all had in the different scents and different colors that matched their backpacks and all the fun stuff. So we have a huge stash if you ever need them.
So the message is check your hand sanitizer stock right now and make sure you're not going to go blind for clean hands. Okay, that's
I would do that, yes.
So here's something fun. I didn't know this, and I saw this yesterday, and I was too slow today because we were so busy all day, and I missed out. Today is National Wine and Cheese Day. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, and I didn't know who knew there was a day for the combo of wine and cheese, which is a great combo. I wonder if there's like
celebrate.
So how I was going to try to celebrate. So a company it's literally called House Wine. They're a Washington State winery. They were selling today a limited edition boxed wine pairing. So it was a box of house wine rosé, and I'm not a wine snob. Boxed wine is awesome. Boxed wine is great. Bulk, quantity, value, nothing wrong with the boxed wine. I'll never look down on that. But what they were selling was a combo of the box rosé attached to in its own separate box, but still attached, kind of, right?
Okay.
Cheez-It crackers. So you had the wine and the cheese in the double box, right? And man, it looks really awesome. I'm looking at the article now. The picture's really, really cool. And so only for sale today, limited edition. So right before the show, I thought, I want to mention that. I clicked through to the link to see if I could obtain such a box. And alas, too late, sold out.
It's sold out.
Yeah, and I felt really awful, but still great idea. And so you're right, maybe after the show, since it is 5+ something here where I live, it is happy hour, maybe we can
and this is the first break we have actually gotten today.
Yeah.
And I might have some Cheez-Its here. I actually think I have some.
I probably do too. I know there's a whole kind of subset, right? You got the cheese. I know I have cheddar goldfish crackers here. I know that's in my cupboard.
That works. I totally think that works.
To the Cheez-Its. Yeah. Here's something that came up today in one of our calls. I don't want to get into the details of it, but I thought it was super interesting, and I hadn't thought about it at all during pandemic and during lockdown and just doing all this and everybody working from home.
Okay.
What in the heck is happening to all the mail that would typically go to someone who worked in an office? I'm thinking, marketing mail, trade magazines, right? People it's not as much as we used to get in offices, but people still do get mail in the office, right? It still happens, right? Where'd all that mail go? I have no answer to that. I have no idea. I wonder if anybody knows that answer.
And then whenever we, I guess, go back to whatever that normal is, do we need it anymore then? If we've lived so long without it? I mean, yeah, because how often are you getting it? What, maybe monthly? Maybe?
I mean, if you were, like, say, an engineer, if you were working in an office as an engineer and you had a subscription to Popular Engineering, say, whatever magazine engineers read, and you got that delivered to your office, is there going to be a stack of them waiting for you? But they don't just, like, how's that going to work? I thought that was just a really interesting point someone brought up today, and I don't have an answer for that.
That's a good point.
So office mail, another victim of the pandemic.
Another victim.
So I have one other thing to say just real quick, and we got to get out of here because it's been a ridiculously long day. Tomorrow I'm going to do the work break with Madeline Lorano. She's coming back with me one more time tomorrow. We like to keep these things loose, not too many plans. We don't even really schedule the time. We just do them when we can. But we're going to make an exception for tomorrow. Madeline and I have conspired a little bit, and I think we talked about it yesterday on the show. We're going to go 5 o'clock Eastern or right about. It will be happy hour. She's on the East Coast as well. Cocktail hour. She's bringing a cocktail to the table. I will as well. We hope you do too. If you can join us tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern or whatever time it is where you are. Just pretend it's cocktail hour. So it's going to be a work break Friday cocktail hour, 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow with myself and Madeline. That's the plan.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm going to need it. I'm going to tell you what, after this week, for reasons we don't need to get into. All right, that's it. We need to take a break. We're done. We're out of here. Karen, thank you so much. How's Stevie the Goat, by the way? I haven't asked you about him in a while. Is he good?
Stevie the Goat is doing amazing. Yep,
all right.
He's doing great.
That's all we need to know. Okay, super fun. For Karen, my name is Steve Bowes. Thanks for joining us on the HR Happy Hour work break. Tune in tomorrow, 5 p.m. for cocktail hour. And let us know what happens to your office mail. And yeah, that's it. I'm out. I'm fried. Bye,
We're
everyone.
done.